The wind howled across the plains, swirling dust and snow like spirits set loose from hell. In the small frontier town of Redemption Ridge, most folk were locked tight behind wooden doors and shuttered windows, warming themselves by firelight and whiskey. But not everyone had the comfort of walls. Clay Maddox had just finished rest-tacking the firewood by his hearth when he heard it. Bang! Bang! A knock, barely audible above the wind. Then a voice, trembling and hoarse. "I'm freezing. Let me in, I beg." Clay's hand hovered near the rifle by the door. Life in Redemption Ridge had taught him to be wary. He wasn't a lawman. Hell, he wasn't even a preacher's idea of a good man. He was an ex-outlaw trying to build an honest life. And honest lives didn't often survive uninvited visitors in the dead of night. Still, that voice, it wasn't the voice of a bandit. It was broken, pleading, human. He swung open the door. A woman collapsed at his feet, wrapped in a torn shawl soaked with sleet, her face red with frostbite, hair tangled like brittle straw. In her arms was a worn bundle. No, not a bundle. A child. Clay cursed and knelt, lifting both into his arms. Her lips moved, but no sound came. "Don't die," he muttered under his breath, carrying her toward the fire. "Not here. Not now." Chapter 2. The Stranger with No Name. Morning broke over the frosted hills. The storm had passed, but the stranger still slept in Clay's bed, her child nestled in a crate lined with wool and rabbit fur. She stirred as the scent of coffee filled the cabin. Her eyes fluttered open, green, alert, afraid. "Where am I?" she asked, voice scratchy. "Clay Maddox's cabin," he replied, pouring her a tin cup. "You knocked last night." Or begged, more like. She sat up slowly, the wool blanket falling from her shoulders. Underneath were bruises, red marks that told stories without words. "You were half dead," Clay continued. "Your boy, too." "His not mine," she said, too quickly. Then she blinked, surprised at herself. "I mean, not by blood, but I saved him." "From who?" She didn't answer. Clay sat across from her and didn't push. "You got a name." "Maybelle," she whispered. "Maybelle Croft." "Well, Maybelle Croft," he said, glancing at the boy. "You're safe now." She looked at him with disbelief. Safe wasn't a word she believed anymore. Chapter 3. Ashes and Blood. Over the next few days, Maybelle healed. So did the boy. Sam, she called him. 4 years old, quiet, with eyes too old for his face. They didn't talk much. Clay was a man of few words, and Maybelle was haunted by too many. But at night, when she thought Clay was asleep, she'd whisper stories to the boy. "He hit me when I said no," she told the fire one night. "So I ran. Took you, because no one else would." Clay heard every word from his bedroll by the fire. He wasn't a stranger to pain. Years ago, he'd ridden with the McCrae gang, doing things he tried not to remember. Robbing stagecoaches, shooting for gold, hurting people. Until one day, they hurt the wrong girl, and Clay put a bullet through the gang leader's skull and rode west. He'd come to Redemption Ridge to disappear. But now pain had knocked on his door again, this time with a woman and a child. Chapter 4. The Proposal. A week later, a man rode into town asking questions. Sheriff Hal Norris came out to Clay's cabin that afternoon, hat in hand. "Man named Luther Sims is looking for a woman and a boy," the sheriff said. "Claims she stole from him." Maybelle went pale, holding Sam closer. "That's him," she whispered. "He's not a man. He's a monster." Clay's jaw tensed. "He ain't getting past me." Hal raised an eyebrow. "You sure, Clay? You ain't got no legal tie to her. No law says she belongs to you." Maybelle looked up. Then, with sudden resolve, she stood. "Then marry me," she said. Her voice shook, but her eyes were steady. "Marry me, and I'll give you strong sons. I can clean, cook, Work the land. Just don't let him take me back. Clay blinked. She'd said it like a deal, not a plea. Like a woman bartering for survival. You don't owe me that, he said. I'm not offering because I owe you, she replied. I'm offering because I won't go back. I'd rather be your wife than his possession. He studied her, worn, scarred, but unbroken. All right, he said at last. We'll get the preacher. Chapter 5. The Fire Within. Married life wasn't romantic, not at first. It was cautious. She made biscuits every morning, milked the goats, kept the fire going. He fixed fences, hunted game, and taught Sam to carve wood. But over time, something bloomed. One evening, Clay brought her a handmade rocking chair. She ran her fingers over the smooth oak. Why'd you make this? Figured you'd want a place to rock our future sons. She blushed for the first time in weeks. You still want those. Only if they look like you. They laughed, soft, real laughter. The kind that hadn't lived in that cabin before. That night, she kissed him for the first time, not out of fear or need, but because she wanted to. And he kissed her back like he'd been waiting all his life. Chapter 6. Hell Rides In. 2 weeks later, Luther Sims returned, with 3 riders and a warrant signed by a crooked judge. Sheriff Norris tried to stand in the way, but Sims had bribes and threats, and a lawman's badge only went so far. They came at dusk. Clay met them outside with his rifle. She's my wife now, he said. You got no claim. That paper says otherwise, Sims sneered. She stole from me. The boy, too. She stole her life back, Clay growled. Ain't no jury in hell that'll side with you if you try to take it. Sims spat and signaled to his men. The standoff was brief and bloody. One rider drew. Clay shot him clean through the chest. The second tried to flank the cabin but stepped on a bear trap Clay had set near the barn. He screamed until he passed out. The third ran. Only Sims remained, crouched behind a stump. Mary Bell stepped out of the cabin, holding Clay's spare rifle. You gonna shoot your own wife, Luther, she shouted. 'Cause I got no trouble shooting the devil himself. His eyes widened. He hadn't expected her to fight. Clay stepped out beside her, shotgun in hand. Run, Clay warned. And don't stop till the buzzers find you. Sims fled, kicking up snow and dust behind him. Chapter 7. Redemption Ridge. They buried the dead rider near the woods. Sheriff Norris didn't ask questions. Self-defense, he muttered. Ain't nobody in town will argue. That winter, Redemption Ridge warmed to Maybelle. Folks who once ignored Clay now brought her fresh eggs, helped her mend quilts, even offered to teach Sam letters. Word spread that Clay Maddox, the outlaw-turned-rancher, had taken a wife and defended her with his life. In time, their land grew. So did their love. By spring, Maybelle's belly swelled. She laughed when Clay pressed his ear to it. Hear that, he'd say. That's a strong son in there. Might be a daughter, she teased. Then she'll be fierce like her ma. They named her Hope, because out of frost and fire, from bruises and blood, came something they both thought they'd lost forever. A second chance.